The basic mindful power technique. How to switch your mind from fight or flight or stress mode into the cool, calm and collected or relaxation mode. Mindful power includes a simple but powerful technique to rapidly take control of your state of mind. As mentioned earlier, your unconscious mind controls your autonomic nervous system, which controls all of your automatic vital functions. The autonomic nervous system is divided into the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system creates your fight and flight response. Whenever you feel anxious, nervous, fearful, angry, frustrated, irritable, excited, exhilarated, or pumped up, you are in the fight and flight mode. The parasympathetic nervous system is related to the relaxation response. When it is activated, you feel a sense of well-being and calm. You notice that your muscles relax, breathing deepens, and your hands and feet feel warm. It is well documented that when properly stimulated, the autonomic nervous system reaches full development in just 5 to 30 seconds. Mindful power teaches you to properly stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. The basic mindful power technique is a 4-step process that works by turning on 2 internal switches which automatically activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation response. The 2 switches to activating your relaxation response are conscious breathing and peripheral vision. I'll start by explaining switch 1, conscious breathing. The fastest way to change your mental or emotional state is to change your physiology. The fastest way to change your physiology is through the breath. Breathing is a crossover link between your voluntary and involuntary nervous system. In other words, most of the time your breathing is unconscious or automatic. You don't have to think about it. Breathing rate varies as different emotions are experienced. It also varies according to the level of stress. Under stress, you tend to hold your breath for brief periods of time or shorten the exhale. For example, if you were to think of a time when you were really excited right now and actually relive that memory, you would probably notice that your breathing would change and speed up a bit. Another example is if you have ever felt fear, anxiety, or panic. When you are experiencing these emotions, your breathing tends to become shallow, fast, and high in your chest. Your breathing is an important part of the formula in creating emotions. Changing your breathing changes the formula and creates different emotions. Therefore, the first switch that is used in the basic mindful power technique is to change your breathing by beginning to breathe at a 1:2 ratio of inhalation to exhalation. Your exhalation will be about twice as long as your inhalation. The 1-2 breath balances the blood gases in the bloodstream to rapidly create a state of relaxed alertness. You begin the mindful power technique by breathing this way and continuing throughout the rest of the technique, which I will teach you once you've been introduced to Switch 2. Switch 2 is peripheral vision. To understand how peripheral vision works, let's take a closer look at how the eyes are connected to the brain. On the back wall of your eyeball is a patch of sensitive tissue called retina. The retina receives light that passes through the pupils into the eye. Interestingly, the retina is really part of the brain. It is directly connected to your brain and is made of the same tissue as your brain. The retina contains 2 types of highly specialized receptor cells called cones and rods. Cones have the highest concentration toward the center of the retina. Activation of the cones in the center of the retina, known as foveal or tunnel vision, is usually correlated with detail and color differences. It limits the visual field to detect detail. Rods are the visual receptors, which are more highly concentrated toward the outside of the retina. They respond to light at low levels. Activation of the rods on the outside of the retina, called peripheral vision, is related to the detection of movement, contour, and also night vision. Parasympathetic nervous system activation, the relaxation response, is correlated with peripheral vision. Sympathetic nervous system activation, fight and flight, is correlated primarily with foveal or tunnel vision. If you are in fight and flight, you will be in tunnel vision. It should be noted that this correlation is a one-way correlation. You can be in tunnel vision and not be in sympathetic arousal. On the other hand, being in peripheral vision blocks the fight and flight response that is often associated with stress, while activating your relaxation response. This is because sympathetic and parasympathetic activation is like an on-off switch. Generally speaking, you are either in one or the other. Therefore, if you are in peripheral vision, you literally cannot access or experience emotions that are the result of the fight and flight response. When you change the part of your retina that is being activated, you will flip the second switch and turn on the relaxation response. Going from tunnel vision to peripheral vision is like flipping a master switch from stress to relaxation. How can you go into peripheral vision at will? Accessing peripheral vision is something that you have been doing automatically your entire life. The difference here is that you will learn to do it purposefully so that you can activate your relaxation response. It's easy to do and is very pleasurable. Generally, peripheral vision occurs when you relax your eye muscles and notice not only what is directly in front of you, but also what is on each side of your visual field. You keep your eyes focused on a specific point while letting your eye muscles soften so you can expand your awareness to the sides of the room and the space behind you. In the basic mindful power technique, you begin peripheral vision with your eyes open and keep them open until you naturally feel like closing them. You will learn how to maintain that same feeling of eye muscle relaxation with your eyes closed. You will begin to notice very quickly particular signs that your body is relaxing. On the following track, you'll learn the 4 steps to the basic mindful power technique. These 4 steps prove to be an effective way of relaxing and bringing your full awareness into the present. With regular practice, you will be able to reduce these 4 steps into one conscious breath and change of focus that will provide you with similar results to that of the full technique. Eventually, provided that you've practiced it regularly, the technique itself will become unnecessary, as you will then be spontaneously and automatically applying mindful power without needing to think about the technique.